Yo, 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 yo! What up, my people? It's your boy Tone, and we back with another episode of I Finally Played. And I'm still going through the Metal Gear series from PS1 on up. And guess what? I just finished Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Bam! I mean, of course, the title told you that. But anyways, yo. I just finished it up, had a great time. I wanted to play the original version to get the original experience. I'm still playing the Legacy Collection on PS3. I haven't opened my Master Collection. I have it, but I haven't opened it. And I didn't want to play the remake just yet. I will hop into the remake after I play Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm just trying to play them in order of release. Yeah, had a great time, man. And just like last episode, gonna be handling this conversation in multiple sections, starting with my general thoughts of the game, then I'm gonna hop into the gameplay, and then we'll talk about the story and the characters, and then we'll close it out with a few of my final thoughts. Sound good? Sound good to you? Alright, that works for me too. Alright, so let's go and hop up into it. And before we get into all the juicy details, this gameplay that you see, it comes from Source Spy 91. So just like my last videos, Source Spy 91 is providing the gameplay for this one. So go head over to their YouTube, subscribe to them. They post a lot of gameplay videos, have a lot of good things you need to check out. So go check out Source Spy 91. Alright, so let's get into this. Now, first I want to say, I can see why everybody feels like this is the best game in the series, yo. It is so much fun, and the story is probably the most fun, yo. Like, the characters are all fun, and the way you have to interact with the game, top tier shit. I feel like this is always something in Metal Gear games, you know, the way that you interact with them in ways you wouldn't have expected. But this one has a lot more of that, yo. It's fucking great. I feel like this could be the game in the series that would work best as a movie. I don't know why. Maybe it's the way it was structured. I'm pretty sure it was like the characters, the way that the dialogue, I don't know. But for some reason, this one feels like it would be the best one that would translate better into a movie. But Metal Gear Solid 2 and 1 are fucking phenomenal games, but I feel like they will only work as games. 3 could work as probably a game and a movie best, yo. It is really fucking good. Now, I do feel like the game should have had Russian dialogue in it somewhere. Like, they were in Russia, right? It would have been cool as fuck if Snake knew Russian as well. Now, I must say, though, Metal Gear Solid 2 is still my favorite so far. Now, I love 3. But 2 just did something to me, bro. 2 was just fucking fantastic. Now, I just didn't love 3 as much as everybody else seems to. Still a fucking phenomenal game. Still a damn near perfect game, yo. But 2 is still my personal favorite. Alright, so let's talk about this gameplay. Now, with it being the second game that they made on the PS2, it wasn't much different from character gameplay with the movement and the shooting and things like that, but what stood out was the camera. It wasn't more of a top-down experience how Metal Gear Solid 2 and 1 was. So the camera is definitely the first thing you're gonna notice. And another thing that stood out a lot to me was the way that you had to interact with the environment and the way that the environment would affect Snake. Like, it took some time getting used to not having med kits available and having to rely on eating to keep your stamina up to gain health. For some reason, I couldn't wrap my head around that, because I was like, yo, why am I not gaining health? But my stamina would be low. So it was just something to get used to. And that video of Snake eating a snake is hilariously pointless, yo. I don't know why they had to put that in there, but I'm glad they did. It was just the sound effects of every bite just had me fucking dying. You are what you eat, I guess. Now when I first started, I was searching every corner I could to find rations, and let me tell you, they're damn near nowhere to be found. So I just started killing things and keeping them in my inventory. I was looking for like a campfire or anything with heat so I could cook what I killed, because I'm like, okay, so I have to eat things. Okay, so let me find some fire to cook it. That was the way that my brain was working. I didn't think that Snake would eat all of this shit raw. Like the first time I did it and saw the stamina go up, I was shocked. I was like, damn. So we just eating everything raw? Okay. We can do that. I mean, but it makes sense not to make a fire, because that would just send smoke signals to everybody. So I don't know where my brain was at, but that's how I was thinking. And he will always make a comment after eating something, so you would know if he liked it or if he didn't fuck with it.
That's tasty.
Yeah.
Now another gameplay mechanic that was interesting was dealing with Snake's health. Whether he'd been shot, burned, dealing with broken bones, stomach problems from eating old food. You just had to keep an eye on all of that stuff because it would drain Snake's stamina. Like honestly, I will forget sometimes, and I'd be fucking upset when my stamina was only at half a bar or something, and that shit would go down so fast. So if you're not on it, he will pass out quick, because that happened to me a few times. Another thing that was really cool was the camouflage mechanic. Snake would have so many options of camo depending on the environment that you were in, and that would help you keep him stealthy or not. You would even have the camouflage of doctors to sneak in buildings, or you would wear a mask to make it seem like you were someone that you were not. It was a cool and funny mechanic, yo. I really dug it. But yo, why did they have my guy wearing blackface? I swear when I seen that shit for the first time, I died laughing, because I was like, yo, why is this face paint needed? You weren't out in the jungle at night much, so I didn't really use it at all. I honestly didn't use the blackface camo, but that shit was funny. So let's go on and talk about the story and some of the characters. Now, I like to do this all in one because, yo, this is not a full retrospective. I'm not trying to give you a full breakdown of the game. I just want to have a cool conversation about this dope ass game that I'm finally being able to play. So, I gotta say, man, this game has such a cool cast of characters. Now, that seems to be a great part of the Metal Gear Solid games. Their characters have all been great so far, but this game probably has had the best so far. Now let's start with our protagonist, Naked Snake. Now this is the quote-unquote father of Solid, Liquid, and Solidus Snake. Now at first I thought it was Solid. I ain't even gonna cap. I wasn't expecting a prequel, but I'm glad we got it, yo. It was kind of cool to see how he got to be, you know, the person that he is. But you wanna know what's hilarious? At the beginning of the game, you had to make a decision on whether you liked Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, or 3. And I chose 2 because, you know, like I said earlier, that's my favorite. There's a cutscene where Snake landed on the ground and he took his gear off and it was fucking rotting. I was like, oh shit, my boy is back? My guy's back. Yeah, we play with my boy again. But why is his voice so deep? Like, that threw me off. I was like, hold up. Did Raiden grow up? Because his voice is deep as hell. And then Snake takes off the mask and I'm sitting here like, yo, what the fuck is happening?
Time for the snake to shed his skin.
Why does he have a Raiden mask on? It seems like Kojima just likes trolling, bro, because people were pissed about the character change in the last game, so he just wanted to troll people, yo. That was fucking hilarious. I was like, yo, what is happening? Now, I couldn't recognize any differences between Solid or Naked, other than Naked's expert weapon analysis. Like, he had all of the information on every gun ready to go, whether it was needed or not.
45, huh? Incredible.
Do you like it?
The feeding ramp is polished to a mirror sheen. The slide's been reinforced, and the interlock with the frame is tightened for added precision. The sight system is original too. The thumb safety is extended to make it easier on the finger. A long type trigger with non-slip grooves. A ring hammer. The base of the trigger guard's been filed down for a higher grip. And not only that, nearly every part of this gun has been expertly crafted and customized.
Now, is his name Jack? Because I could have sworn he said his name was John at the end of the game. Or maybe I'm confused. Does he even have a name for real? But he was such a cool character, man, just like Solid was. But it was fucked up how he was done though, man. The government didn't care about him at all. Surprise. And the boss was trying to help him understand that. You know, like he was definitely on the mission to make sure that his name was cleared and make sure his team's name was cleared, which I understand, but the boss was trying to help him understand that through it all. And by the end of the game, you can see his disdain for the country he once loved all in his face, man. That fake ass appreciation they tried to give him when he got back from completing the mission, he was like, bro, fuck out of here. Now I want to talk about the great one, the boss. Now the boss is the baddest bitch in the land, yo. She taught my boy Snake everything he knows. Now I'm not sure if he was in love with her or if he just had some kind of mentor connection with them, because yo, Snake, these snakes, they seem a little bit of seem like they're on the scale of autism, yo. It's something's there. So I don't know if he was in love or was it just a mentor connection with her, because he remembered damn near down to the second of how long it's been since they last spoke.
How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
And she was such an interesting character, yo, because at the beginning of the game, you feel like she's just gone rogue, and you kind of feel for Snake because he kind of felt like he could change her. He wanted to really give her a chance, but by the end of the game, you feel for her. Like, she didn't deserve what she had to do. She had nothing but love for her country, and her country ended up turning on her by trying to make her the villain. Surprise. When she's actually the fucking hero. She's literally the hero. And you find out she was one of the instructors at the philosopher's school. She knew about Eva's lying ass. She knew about all of the shit that was going on. And she knew she had to be killed for her country. And she still went through with the mission. She was a real ride or die, yo. And she didn't want Snake to be like her, man. She tried multiple times to have him give up and leave, but Snake was so dedicated to the mission, he couldn't stop. And her CQC was crazy. She was fucking Snake up every time he tried to do something. Yo, she would break my guy down to size with ease and even break his guns down piece by piece. She was fucking legit, yo. And her fight at the end of the game was hard as fuck to me, until I realized all I needed to do was use a sniper rifle and keep my distance. I don't know why I was trying to get close to her, but for some reason, I don't know what I was doing, but I was doing it wrong. And the fight had such beautiful scenery as well, man. It reminded me of Ghost of Tsushima boss fights. I wonder if Metal Gear Solid 3 was an inspiration for their fights, because it looked just like it with the flowers and the colors. Yeah, it was fucking dope. And isn't she Ocelot's mom? Isn't he the kid that she had on the battlefield? Like, that's Ocelot, ain't it? Like, I gotta do more research, but I'm pretty sure that is. But yo, the boss, really fucking dope. I liked her a lot, yo. And speaking of Ocelot, the boy is back in the building. Well, this is a young Ocelot, and he didn't have a revolver at first, but he was still showing the fuck off with that pistol, though. You know my guy always got to put on the show. It ain't Ocelot if he's not putting on the show. He's definitely the funniest character in the series so far. Bro, stay aura farming, yo. I love Ocelot. He's so fucking cool, yo. I was so shocked when he showed up, though. Who would have thought him and Snake had all of this history? And to know that Naked Snake basically helped him become the character we know, bruh. It's all it, yo. He's fucking cool. And bruh, why the fuck was his call to his crew a meow? Like, yo, what is even happening in this game? This game is so serious, but it doesn't take itself serious at all. This shit is so funny. And when you have to battle him, he starts killing this swarm of bees by spinning the guns, bro.
You were lucky. We'll meet again.
Like, bro, I love this weird ass game, yo. I fucking love it. And throughout the game, you start seeing that he's working some kind of angle on everybody. Like, my guy, of course, he wanted to be cool so bad. Like, he wants to be cool so fucking bad. He's like that guy that's so lame but full of confidence and just wants to be cooler than he actually is. But he ends up being cool in his own weird way. I don't know, bro. I fucking love Ocelot. Now, that final showdown with him and Snake was hilarious as well. When they were on the plane, like, he loved playing this Russian roulette game, bro. And it's like, why are you juggling the guns when the plane may crash? Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? This game is so unserious. And then he put a blank in his gun. Like, what the fuck was all that even for? Like, what were you doing? And then he jumps off the plane like nothing happened. Like, bro, what? This game is so funny. That shit was so funny, bro. And at the end of the game, you know, of course, they always have something going on. Always give you a little bit of something after the credits roll. And at the end, you see that Ocelot is the fucking key to all of this. Like, I feel like he's the key to all of this. Like, you gotta watch that guy. He's always in some shit. I'm ready to see how much he's gonna impact things going forward. I mean, we've already seen the effects from the first and second game, so I wonder what their future games will expand on. It's gonna be really interesting, yo. So let's talk about Eva's sneaky ass. Now, when she first popped up, I was like, damn, she trying to fuck already? She pulled them titties out with the quickness. And they gave you the button to stare at them for a bit. I mean, look, I'd rather take that than the fucking Call of Duty Advanced Warfare's press X to pay respects. Remember how that shit went with everybody? That was hilarious. So I'd rather take the titties. Now, I ain't gonna cap. Eva was sexy as hell, but she was a diabolical spy and motorcycle rider. Bruh, she did a fucking backflip with the motorcycle off Ocelot. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, bro, that shit needs to be studied. I just love how unserious this game is so much, yo. Like, I love a game that doesn't take itself serious in serious situations. But with her playing both sides, she was still dope, man. She was just a female version of Ocelot for real. She was working for China, Vulcan, and helping Snake. Who knows what else? And Ocelot was catching on to her by the end, though. He knows a lie when he sees one. He was on to her ass. And I really enjoyed her character arc a lot. The only thing I hated with her was that fucking escort mission after she was injured and y'all had to escape through the jungle. Like, she would never keep up and would constantly alert enemies chasing you. Now, I don't know if that's how it's supposed to have went, but it was times where I was moving through areas and then I would look and I'm like, yo, she's not even behind me. And then she's back there shooting. It was fucking annoying, but it was manageable. I did it in one try. But she was all over my boy Snake though, man. And by the end, he finally smashed. And then she left my guy, of course, but not without giving him all the details about how much of a great spy she was. And I feel like do these snakes have a weakness for women? Because I feel like that's gonna be the death of them, yo. Because she was gonna kill him after all of that. But his relationship with the boss saved him once again, yo. I would love to know more about her backstory. She was really cool. And then the big guy, Vulcan, man, he was such a cool-ass villain. He had these cool-ass electric powers that he would use to punch the shit out of people. Oh, and what the fuck happened to his face? Like, that scar looked gross as fuck. I was like, ugh. Like, every time it was on camera, I couldn't stop looking at it. And my guy, Vulcan, he liked a pretty man, yo. He was fucking the Major, who you had to steal the clothes from. And then the Major looked just like Raiden. And yo, what's up with all of these people in Metal Gear just grabbing people by the pussy? Like, when you're wearing the Major's uniform with that mask on, Vulcan just grabs you by the pussy. Twice!
play dumb with me. If you think you can fool me, you're sorely mistaken. I know the Major better than anyone else.
It was like once for pleasure and the second one's for identification. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Because your dick didn't feel like the Major's dick? I was like, bro, you are in too deep. Like, bro, what the fuck is happening in these games? What's up with these powerful people? Are they like our powerful people in real life? Does Kojima know something? I ain't gonna put that on you, Kojima, but shit is weird how everybody just getting grabbed by the pussy though. Like, you gotta be honest about that. And when you finally get the chance to fight him, the first part of his battle is hilarious. Like, I was having trouble with it. He kept fucking me up with those powers because I was trying to just shoot him, and of course nothing was happening. He was knocking me the fuck out, just shocking me, just doing all types of shit to me. So I checked online for some tips, and did you know if you use the Rodden mask, he doesn't attack you at first. It gives you time to put down like a bunch of C3 to blow his ass the fuck up. So I did that. He kind of pauses and being like, huh? Major? Is that you? He was fucking me up with his attacks, and that whole ass electric attack that you can't dodge, bruh. That shit was annoying, but once I learned that tip, it was pretty easy. And the chase sequence was not the best, man. For the cinematics, it was cool, but the lack of being able to aim accurately and the movement, it just didn't work. I think it was one of those sequences that was too far ahead of its time. Now, I wonder how it's gonna work in the remake. I can't wait to play that part because I feel like in the original version of the game, it doesn't work. There's a lot of people and the aiming isn't the best. It just doesn't work. And Eva's driving wasn't the best. I don't know, man. It was dope for the cinematics though, but it just didn't work. And I don't know why Snake just didn't shoot Ocelot in all his tires or something during the motorcycle chase scene. Like, he could have ended that shit with ease. But I guess Snake didn't really want to hurt him because he was a kid. Because I remember when Eva could have killed Ocelot and Snake told her not to. But I guess it's not going to help the story, huh? I get it. Now, after Vogan chases you for miles with that fucking Metal Gear with the rockets on the back, you got to fight him again. At this time, while he's in the Metal Gear, and once while he's standing on top of that motherfucker, controlling it with his powers. Like, those fights were pretty easy for the most part. And watching him die by the same powers that he uses to terrorize people was kind of satisfying. But all in all, great villain though, man. He was really fucking cool. Now, one of the early boss fights that you have is with the Pain. Now, he's like a version of the Candyman with all of those bees. He's a cool character, yo. He didn't stand out too much for me. It looks like it just hurt to be alive. Like, those bees made him look crazy. And his fight was kind of easy. I just stayed in the water and would pop up and shoot him when he wasn't swarming the bees at me. It was pretty simple, but cool character, yo. Really cool. So let's talk about one of the hardest boss fights and one of the coolest characters that I thought was really interesting. His name was The Fury. Now, he was such a cool character that I only remember seeing that one time in the building. Did he have any other scenes that he was showed in? I don't remember seeing him in anything else, but he was some sort of cosmonaut that had a bad incident re-entering Earth's atmosphere and was burned the fuck up. So the fire just stayed a part of him, I'm guessing, but his fight wasn't easy, bruh. Like, you would have to stay away from him while he's setting everything on fire in this enclosed area. And bruh, those fucking flames would just stay burning forever, giving you like less and less space to maneuver around. Like, I died no less than 5 times trying to fight this guy. Like, he was really fucking hard and he was fast as fuck. But eventually, staying consistent with the sniper rifle and making sure I stayed out of the flames got me over the hump. Cause bruh, he was kicking my ass. I was like, bro, that was the first time I was like, bro, this is too fucking hard, yo, because he would move so fast. You were always on fire and there wasn't much space to move around, so you really just had to be deliberate with your movements. Now, probably the lamest character in the game was the Fear, at least for me. His fight was cool. He was fast and he liked to set traps. He was like a fucking spotter in the trees, but other than that, he wasn't. Yeah, nothing about him stood out to me. Like he was okay. He was just okay. Now, when I finally got to face the sorrow, yo, I had no idea what the fuck was going on. Like I was just walking through this river, well, all of these souls coming after me. Then it hit me like, yo, these are all the fucking people I've killed throughout the game. Bruh, that was so fucking cool, man. And it wasn't even much of a fight. It was more like an experience to get a look at how much of a fucking psychopath you are killing all of these people. Like you would see him pop up in scenes, and I was always wondering, like, yo, who's this weird ass spirit that is just floating around, and can other people see him? Like I still don't know if they could or not. And finally, yo, I want to talk about the end, cause bruh, he was such a cool fucking character, and his boss fight was so dope. And the end is an old guy that he can fucking move for his age. His battle was the most fun because I think it was the most open-ended boss fight I've ever played. Now when I fought him, I struggled a lot at first. I didn't understand his movement. Like the first time I seen him when he was on top of the mountain, he shot me and I lost him. I was like, okay, so like what the fuck do I do? Do I just keep going? Like what the fuck is supposed to happen? Then he shot me again and I was like, bruh, how the fuck is anybody supposed to beat this guy? Does he just stay around and you just try to find your way with this guy hunting you? Like I don't know. Like, and you just can't shoot back at him like normal. And of course I tried and he killed me. So I mean I tried and tried again, and finally I had to look up some help, yo, because I didn't want to struggle and not get through this game. So I didn't mind looking up help. Like this game is fucking over 20 years old, so who fucking cares? And there's so many ways that you can defeat him, bro. Like that shit is so open-ended. Now what worked for me was I snuck around until I was behind him. I would shoot him and make sure I turn away because he would drop this fucking flashbang that blinds you and he would run away. Now another thing that helped me was you could see his footprints in the grass, which is, bro, that's so ahead of its time for PS2 because I don't remember. I played a lot of PS2 games and I don't remember any game where you could track anybody by their footprints unless I'm forgetting something. And I just followed them. Now you will see online that people recommended using the night vision goggles for that. And honestly, I didn't have the night vision goggles the whole game. I don't even know what you got. No, I did find the night vision goggles the first time you are dropped into the jungle when you're trying to find that guy. And they're like in this open hollow tree. But once you re-enter the jungle, once you go through the game and you re-enter the jungle, they're not there anymore. So I didn't have the night vision goggles the whole game. I just followed them. Like you would see the footprints clearly if you just paid attention, and I just followed them. And then I would shotgun his ass to death. Like I was fucking shotgunning that motherfucker. And there were some other cool things that would happen with this boss fight if you want to take a different route. You can set your game clock like a week ahead, and when you get back in the game, he would be dead. And I thought that was the weakest route to take, man. Like you wanted to experience the fight with him because the old guy just wanted it to be his final battle against a worthy opponent. So you got to give him his ones, bro. And I didn't mind doing that. Got to give it to the old guy, man. He put up a good fight. And that's part of the game where Volgan and his crew rolled him out into this wheelchair in front of the building that Snake was about to sneak into. Now, apparently, while he's being rolled back into the building, you can use your sniper rifle and kill him then, and you will never have the battle. But that is so fucking cool, bro. Like, that's fucking interesting. I like that a lot. And also, if you allow your stamina to deplete fully, you'll be captured by him. I didn't do that, but apparently that'll happen as well. So I'm not sure what happens after you're captured. I need to go on YouTube and see what happens. But that's fucking cool as fuck, yo. Like, it is so open-ended with this boss fight, bro. You can literally kill him hours. I mean, hours before you even get to that boss fight. And there's so many ways that it can end if you go into the boss fight. Bro, that is like, they really give you the option to handle this fight any way you want, man. And that's so amazing. They put so much thought into these interactions with these characters, and I really appreciate it, yo. This shit is so cool. And after his fight, yo, why is that fucking ladder so long that you have to climb up? That shit went on forever. Like, wouldn't some kind of elevator work better? Like, Snake had to climb at least a mile on this fucking never-ending ladder. Like, can you imagine building a ladder that long? Like, I still don't understand the purpose of that just in the middle of the game. Like, it came out of nowhere and you're just climbing and the song plays. I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason. Who fucking knows? Alright, so yeah, man, that was just some of the story and the characters I like. So I want to bring it to my my final thoughts, starting with what a fucking amazing experience this game is. To have a game with this much detail, with such an amazing story, like, I can see why Kojima is so revered, bruh. Like, his games are like nothing you would ever play, even today. Like, bruh, I missed out on these games when they first came out, so I'm catching up on them now, and it's still like blowing my fucking mind how these games are. This shit is so cool, bruh. Like, Metal Gear Solid 3 is a masterpiece. Now again, I'm still a bigger fan of Metal Gear Solid 2. That's just my one. I don't know if a game is going to be able to beat it. I haven't played Portable Ops or 4 yet, but we'll see. But man, 2 is still my one, man. I don't know. The story was just better to me, man. But this game, 3, is one of those ones. I'm ready to see where things go with Big Boss, man. Coming from thinking he's a villain in Metal Gear Solid 1 to see how I can understand why he became that way. He was fucked over massively by his country he gave his life for. And I think that would make anyone angry. But man, I'm ready to see how this plays out with Solid and how we get to where we were in Metal Gear Solid 1. I think the games are going to keep heading up this way. At least that's what I think. I don't know. But if these games are a blueprint for what's to come, I'm so fucking hyped, bruh. Like, I am so hyped. But and I'm done with 3, man. I'll be taking my talents to Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops next. Now, I read that Kojima didn't really consider it to be canon to the story, but from the people who've played, it seems like it's worth it. I mean, I guess I'm gonna play it next, yo, and I'll be doing another episode talking about it. Like, I'm having so much fun playing these games. I just can't believe I missed out on all of this greatness, but I guess being late is better than never playing it at all. So I'm here. Portable Ops next. I'm really having a great time experiencing these games for the first time. I'm really having a fun time talking about them, yo. This shit is so cool. It's so much fun. And if you like hanging with your boy, go make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. Follow me on TikTok. Hit me on Instagram. Hit me on Twitter. I'm anywhere that you can have a page on. Come holler at your boy. Alright? But thank you for your time, yo. Thank you for taking the time to fuck with your boy and chill with me. And I'll catch y'all on the next episode on I Finally Played, and we'll be talking about Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops. Peace.